Yo, what's going on? So, I don't usually do videos like this. Most of my videos are playthroughs, as you know. But I thought I might do a little something special, because I can't record right now anyway, because I'm currently in the middle of sorting out my PC and fixing it and transferring Windows to a hard drive, etc, etc. So I can't really record games as of right now, but I thought I'd put a video out, because coincidentally, yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of my channel. I've literally been doing this YouTube thing for 10 years, and that's crazy to me because, like, I've gone through so many eras of life, and I realize YouTube has just been a thing in that the whole time. And it's crazy. It was 2014 when I first started my channel. I was a fucking year 8, trying to be every YouTuber under the sun that was popular at that point, and I did every cringy video under the sun, and I thought I'd figured it all out, and then I didn't, and then I went up and down, and I really cared about views for ages, and it was like depressing as fuck. And then I grew up and realized, like, who gives a shit? Like, I'm enjoying myself actually doing this, and I found my niche, which is recording playthroughs of various games, and I've given myself quite the collection as of when we're speaking. So kind of became like a beta Seamus clone, because Seamus is one of my, I've not let it be a secret, like, I pretty much copied him. Like, he's one of my favourite YouTubers ever, and I don't usually glaze, like, fucking internet people. I just like him, I'll watch their thing, be, oh, that's cool. But, like, Seamus, for real, honestly, like, he's one of the YouTubers that I will always go back to, rewatch videos, watch hundreds of playthroughs from him, all these different things. I've been watching him since I was about, what, 11? Which I probably shouldn't have when I think about it, because definitely not kid friendly, a lot of his stuff, but it builds personality, what can I say. So he did playthroughs of everything. He made his own thumbnails in a cool animated style. He commentated just however he wanted. He didn't let pressure get to him or anything. He just kind of did what he fancied. He was a lot bigger than I was. He's got a few million subscribers, I think. I never pay attention to the numbers like that because it doesn't matter to me. It's whether I enjoy it or not. And he's a cult. He's got a cult following. Like, people are pretty sad that he's gone. He's been gone for quite a while. He's obviously just moved on with his life. But he was definitely my massive inspiration. And a lot of earlier videos, before I sort of figured out my own groove, I was pretty much copying him, like, completely. Sometimes I'd even say the same shit that he said in commentary just because I knew it was funny. And, like, as I grew up, I became my own person, and I kind of got my own cult following, though a lot smaller. I've played loads and loads of games over the years and had pretty much 0 views on all of them, but I just loved building a collection. And then in the last couple of years, the views have sort of bounced up, like, not massive amount, but I've got a steady amount of viewers, and one of my playthroughs, which I will mention soon, is super popular. In fact, I've actually been messaged on Xbox by people who are like, oh, you the real console peasant, oh fuck, I watched your blah 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 playthrough, and it's fucking flattering, to be honest. I'm not super bothered about views, as everybody knows, and I've always been doing my own thing no matter what, and taking my breaks when I need to and coming back when I need to, but it's really nice to see that people, like, enjoy my content, and I pretty much always get a somewhat decent amount of views. Anyway, I've rambled for long enough. The point of this video, if you can tell from the title, will be to celebrate 10 years of this channel. We're going to go through 10 playthroughs that I really love doing, some of my favourites throughout the 10 years of recording. In no particular order, because I could not be bothered to figure out what exactly order I wanted to put them in. We're going to go through them, and I will get on because I am rambling. Now, the first one that came to my mind, and it kind of gave me the inspiration to do this video, because I just got in such a nostalgic feeling. I wanted to record it again. That's how much I enjoyed it. There are lots of Call of Duty campaigns that I played through, but my favourite of all time has got to be Call of Duty World at War. I always enjoyed that game as a kid. How I started playing it, a friend of a friend's house or something, and I would play Call of Duty 4. And I used to play it all the time, and I was really shit, so it actually took me an embarrassing amount of time to get anywhere through the campaign. But I played the Pripyat mission, I played all of that, and I fucking loved it. That was my first Call of Duty experience. I was like, this is cool as fuck. Then my friend lost Call of Duty 4, and I was like, what the fuck? And I came there next time and wanted to play it, and I couldn't. But the only other one they had was World at War. So I played World at War, thinking, oh, this is going to be shit, it's World War 2. One of my favourite games after that, I completed that one first. That was the first Call of Duty campaign I ever completed. And it's remained my favourite to this day, for various reasons. The music, the actual campaign itself, the multiple storylines, the Russian and American. I always loved the Russian. You gotta love Reznov, you gotta love Chernov, all of that shit. And I've always come back to it and enjoyed it every single time I played through. And when I recorded it legitimately, it was one of my favourite playthroughs. I love it. I am tempted to do it again, but I can't figure out another reason to do it again. But talking of playthroughs I have done again, and this is a bit of a cheater because I said 10 best games, and I am actually going to include 6 potential games in this. I'm talking about Dark Souls as a series. I've completed all 3 on my channel, all of the DLCs for 1 and 3, and I'm going to do 2. I got Dark Souls 2, played through that myself, went through all the struggles and all the pain and learning how to play and getting really mad and being really proud when you get to the end. And that's when I decided to do Dark Souls 2 playthrough. Around that time, I also got Dark Souls 3, and as you know, those playthroughs were concurrent. If you are actually an old school watcher, you'll know that they were coming out at the same time. The Dark Souls 3, completely blind, with all of the pain intact. And as much as it was painful, and there is a rage compilation of my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, I really, really enjoy playing Dark Souls. 5 or 6 years it's been? And I have recently, if you're watching the channel now, been doing Return to Dark Souls 2 and Return to Dark Souls 3. I've completed both of them. I did those way smoother, like fucking breezed through them, and it was just one of the most enjoyable games I've ever played. Now this is a game I actually did play blind, and that is one of the things I enjoy a lot about recording, is when I'm playing a game blind, discovering it as I'm recording is way more fun, and Bully was one of those games. That game is a classic, certified, music, characters, dumbass jokes. It will be my one Rockstar game on this list, and nothing's ever been made that's quite like that since. And I would love a Bully 2, everyone always wants a Bully 2, it's never coming. But, what a game. I've not had a lot of money earlier on in my life, and getting games pre-ordered was a massive deal back in the day. Last of Us 2, when I pre-ordered that and played it release date, oh my lord, I can't tell you how excited I was. It was fucking incredible being able to play a brand new game blind on the channel. It's an experience that no one will realise. Like, people who don't record videos and don't record playthroughs don't realise that it adds a whole nother layer of enjoyment, and I don't know why. Such a brilliant game and such an interesting, engaging story. I almost actually did a whole review video on it, talking about the game as if I was some professional critic, and then I realised I have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, and I just enjoyed the game, so I just never released that video. The next 2 games are games that I bought on release date a bit later on. First one being Space Marine 2. Most recently, I got into the whole world of Warhammer when I was 10. Space Marine, the game, the first one, had been out about a year maybe-ish. And then I stopped playing Warhammer for a while because of various things that happened. Also, just life took over. You do different shit. I hadn't played Warhammer for about 10 years. And then I magically come back into it. Alright, give me a model. I'll give it paint again. See how it's like, get memories up. And before you know it, I have a 5,000 point Chaos army. And a Drukhari army and this, that, the other. And I've been playing all the games, doing all the stuff, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And magically, as I get back into Warhammer, Space Marine 2 comes out 5 months later. And September I got to play it, and it was fucking awesome because I just basically got to enjoy it instantly. It's lapping up the tears of people who've been waiting for 10 years or whatever. It's one of those few games that lives up to the hype. If it ain't broke, don't fix it was very valid in this, but it added all the stuff that we kind of wanted and just upgraded it, and it was a fucking brilliant game. And the second one, Spider-Man 2, pre-ordered it straight up blind, and it was the best one out of the 3 that I enjoyed playing. I think they're all incredible, but Spider-Man 2 really hit. Such a good game. I really enjoyed it. And again, one of those games that is just gonna stand the test of time as just made with love and fully completed. Not weird microtransaction bullshit or any crazy shit like that. It was great. Right, so we've been talking about new games quite a lot, but as you know on my channel, I play a lot of old games. And the next 2 are going to be quite old games. One of them being Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I have done, at the moment, the first 5. The one that I enjoyed the most was Chamber of Secrets. I played Philosopher's Stone. It hit all the right buttons, nostalgia-wise. but it just wasn't as full of a game. It wasn't made super well. And it's back in the day where games in general were pushing the boundaries because they were getting better and they were trying to figure out new ways to do things that we take for granted now. And as you can tell if you watch that playthrough, I fucking enjoyed the shit out of it. It was retarded, but it was great. And I enjoyed The Prisoner of Azkaban, but the Chamber of Secrets just hit better. I recommend anyone who has a disc drive or has some sort of way to emulate it, go ahead and play Chamber of Secrets. Next one is another nostalgia bomb, and we should all rejoice in the fact that the 3 of these are on my channel, but I am actually picking one. I'm not copying out. Prince of Persia Warrior Within. One of the best games I've ever played in my life. Not because it's groundbreaking, not because it's crazy like in graphics or mechanics, or like it's still got its problems, but just the feeling of being such a badass with a fucking Godsmack as your fucking soundtrack. It's just such a cool game, man. It was one of the first older adulty-ish games I got as a kid that I probably shouldn't have. If I hadn't have played Prince of Persia Warrior Within or any of the trilogy when I was younger, I would be a crackhead right now. I would be on the streets. I would be begging. Mate, it made my life. It's fucking brilliant. I play it now. I've got it on PC. I've been playing it recently, and it hits the same every single time. And when I recorded the trilogy on my channel, they were some of the most enjoyable days on the channel. Well, the rest of the video has nicely synced in with itself, and everything syncs onto the next thing, blends in nicely, but I have no idea how to link that, so we're just going to go straight in. We got Crackdown 3 as our third to last one. Crackdown 3 was part of a great series. Crackdown 1 was nostalgia for me. Crackdown 2 didn't really played it on the channel, wasn't as great. Crackdown 3 didn't quite meet the massive hype that they built around it, but it was a fun fucking game. And when I recorded that blind, it was actually really, really good. Pretty simple, pretty mindless, just like a Crackdown should be. But you had all these cool powers and driving, and fucking Terry Crews saying like "fuck gravity" and shit like that. It was just what you want out of a Crackdown game. I would do it again, but obviously no reason to. Don't think they're going to come out with a Crackdown 4. I don't really think there's much you can do with them. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. And I just had to pick 3 as the best one that I enjoyed playing, purely for that blind playthrough bonus. This one here is one of my fucking craziest stories. Fight Night Legacy. I am a boxer in real life. I'm an amateur boxer. I wanted to play this game because I was desperate to simulate what I want my career to be. So I played it myself, not thinking I'd get views anyway, but thinking like definitely won't, because who cares about Fight Night Legacy? Oh my lord. My Fight Night Legacy playthrough has a cult following. It's insane. That's what I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I've got thousands and thousands of views on that. I get hundreds of views on that every single day. I get comments on that to this day. That playthrough is like fucking 5 years old or some shit. I have no idea. But people love it. And people were desperate for more. I mentioned that someone messaged me on Xbox about my channel, and the Fight Night Legacy was something that I am kind of famous for within my limited brackets of what you could call fame. It's just one of the most popular things on my channel, and I did have a hell of a blast playing it and becoming champion, and then losing at the end and thinking, fuck, I've got to get my belts back, and we did all this, and it was like a proper career. It was fun. As the final one that we're going to be talking about today, I've natted for about 20 minutes now, but one of my favourite fucking games that I've ever played on this channel for the pure meme of it, and one I think should be a little bit more popular, is High on Life. High on Life was a fucking incredible game. And not by any standard of really well made, or some story that blew every other story out of the water, that fucking destroyed Last of Us. I'm talking just pure meme factor. Like, I don't think there was a moment in that game that I didn't enjoy. I think even getting stuck, it was still just funny. Like all the stupid shit, like Knifey, all the gun characters being absolute fucking crackheads. Let's Do It was the highlight of the game. Another highlight of the game was the Mac and Cheese Brothers, the fucking twerking weird enemies. Like, it was such a good game, and I enjoy playing it. I am actually planning to do the DLC because I bought it, and I'm like, oh, I must record it, and I never do. I took a massive break, I think about a year and a half. High on Life is kind of what I returned with. It was what I busted back onto the scene with, and have a currently decently successful channel now. I enjoy playing it, I enjoy completing it, I would play it again, I will do the DLC eventually. Just take the gun away from my head, I'll eventually do it. We finally reached the end of the video. I talk fucking 20 minutes. I've got a lot of editing and mistakes to take out, so hopefully it won't be too long. But this is me. I talk. It's my fucking channel. I talk over games. If you weren't prepared for this, whatever. If the 3 people who watch this video stay to the end, I appreciate you, man. Like, I chat shit about not caring about views all the time, and that's because I don't want to attach my mental health to the success of a fucking YouTube channel. Like, I do this shit for fun. I enjoy it. So any support that I get, I always appreciate, and I thank for the views. I thank you for the people who enjoy my channel, leave nice comments here and there. Like, I do this shit for you, as long as I enjoy it. I've got to thank you guys, anyone who's been there from day dot, or even from literally 5 seconds ago as I was recording this video. I appreciate it. It's been 10 fun years. It's been a work project that I can always look back on and be proud of, even if it's just a stupid little thing where I record games. I've got fucking hundreds of games that I've played, thousands of videos I've uploaded, and I just love it. It's really been my crutch sometimes when I'm having bad mental health, is just to come here, okay, shut the fuck up, stop fucking stressing about anything, and let's just go through this game and chat shit to NPCs and get mad and kill them and do stupid stuff. Like, and it's just been a great 10 years in terms of this channel that I've really enjoyed having. So I want to thank everybody who has watched the end of this video. I want to thank everybody who's ever watched my channel. I want to thank everybody who enjoys my channel and wants more and sends me nice comments and stuff. It's really nice. I really love you guys, and I thank those of you who think I'm cool, because I'm really not, but I do try. I'll see you next time for another playthrough that I'll probably start and not finish, or start even though I have 800 on the go. And yeah, thank you guys for listening.